day of May. Let's go over the trades on the day. Kind of a sideways, lackluster day. I traded the new portfolio. I sent out the updated portfolio. The old portfolio did better today. This is stock index portfolio 31 that we're trading now. I will highlight the differences, go over some of the trades, and a more extended daily report. But the 250K portfolio, 1 mini S&P was up 200. Hypotheticals were minus 6750. As I rotated into this, the micros were down 50. And so up on the week 200, up on the month 200, 44,793. That was as of Friday. So we can add $200 to that roughly. And that is where we are on the year, up about 45K on the year. And so new equity peaks, just a small equity peak, nothing to celebrate though. Pretty much sideways trading. We were up a few thousand in the market. We gave it back. We were down and then up and then pretty much around break even on the day. The old portfolio that we traded, this is officially we're adjusting this as of tomorrow. And so today is an equity peak really in this portfolio and a live equity peak today. So we're going to adjust this last equity peak on May the 1st, even though the 31 strategy portfolio was down slightly on the day. Officially, we're not trading this until tomorrow. We traded it today, had to rotate into it today, and I sent out the update. So if you traded the stock index portfolio 23 today, you did better. And you have the updates if you're a subscriber to turn on this one tomorrow. The stock index portfolio 31. I'm going to go over the adjustments in the portfolio calculator. I made another video for that. For the ES, moving the profit target from 1100 to 600. We're adding, let's see, 6 strategies on the ES. Tick Pulse, ES, V12 ES 2020, Cobra CT3, SR Counter Trend 2, 1 minute, SR Counter Trend 2, V2M 1 minute, Dynamic Tick Pullback, Gap Continue, and Reverse Conservative. This set of strategies right here is very low frequency. This is just a change, and so get a few more trades with these 2 strategies, but not a lot of trades with these 3 strategies, but they do improve our back-tested drawdown by about 2,500. We're adjusting Viper 2021 to 1 minute chart, and it's not exactly the same. Some days the 5 minute chart is better, some day the 1 minute chart is better. I worked on trying to dial that in to make it exactly the same, but it was very difficult. But the back test is a little better with the 1 minute, and plus still working towards getting everything on 1 minute charts for equity curve algorithm management. And we've removed AT 2020. This is a strategy that trades the opening trend. It's just been did really well last year, and it's just done nothing but lose this year. We still have AT 2022 and Robot, which take advantage of similar moves. So we just wanted to cut back on that pattern a little bit by removing this one strategy. We have EVP1 long only. We're adding EVP1 long and short. We're also adding SR Counter Trend 2 V2 1M conservative, doesn't trade much. In Zigzag 2023, we traded this strategy. It had a straight up equity curve. It has a very short look back, but it's really calling these moves. And we watched it. We developed it, and then we watched it out of sample, and then we started trading it, and then it did this. And we kind of got out in here, somewhere in here, and then it did this, and then it's done this. Since the beginning of March, it's done this. And so I've adjusted the strategy to add a VIX filter. Looking at the ADX of the VIX, the ADX of the VIX is less than, I think, 30. I have to go back and look at the code. But it improves this equity curve so that this drawdown is less. It's still there, but it's a smaller drawdown. And so it improves it just a little bit with one simple VIX rule. And so we're adding it back because it's done so well in this market environment. Mean reversion type market environment is very difficult to trade, and Zigzag is doing well. Wanted to put that in there and try to take advantage of that. So with these additional strategies, as of Friday, these are the results as of Friday. I've not updated this yet for today's trade. 22,240 is the worst case drawdown. The total profit over drawdown is 87.71. The current drawdown as of Friday was 0. So the risk to worst case drawdown is 22,240. And let's look at the equity curve, and then we'll look at the stock index portfolio 23, which we switched from. And so this is the drawdown curve. I want to say drawdown curve. I like the cyclical nature of this drawdown curve back to September 2014. And then let's look at the stock index portfolio 23. And I've put it down here under the old portfolios. You have to kind of drag it down here. Old portfolios, 24,830, so about $2,600 more drawdown. And the equity curve looks like this with the recent worst case drawdown. That's why I wanted to adjust it. We made equity peaks. One of the best times to adjust a portfolio is in a drawdown or even an equity peak. And you have a risk to worst case drawdown is less, about $2,600 because the drawdown is lower. And a lot of times I like to wait to start a portfolio, but this market has been so sideways, one of the more sideways months we've seen. And so I wanted to go ahead and continue to trade this because we haven't seen a whole lot of profits. We've done well, but we haven't seen a whole lot of profits in this type of market. And so we will trade tomorrow. We will skip Wednesday on FOMC, and the total profit over drawdown is 7,007 versus 8,700. And this is the portfolio calculator. The reason why I want to do this and make this update, and so I'm going to go over both trades today, both portfolios today, because you may have been trading the stock index portfolio 23. If you have, this is the result here. You had mirror plus 675, tick fader plus 375, tick count trend plus 762.50, tick way was up 500, opening chop minus 550, opening chop 2 plus 25, tick chop minus 637.50. Tick count trend dynamic turnaround was plus 425, and so the ES did pretty well. NASDAQ Viper had these three trades plus 700. Tick reversal, I think, plus 10. Stop run on EVP1, and so that was disappointing to see. And so only 3 NASDAQ strategies on stock index portfolio 23. Let's look at stock index portfolio 31. Looking at the NASDAQ first, Viper 1 minute only was up plus 125. Big difference between that and the plus 700 on the 5 minute. EVP1 NQ, this was has a bigger stop loss. So it was not stopped out on the stop run. It still trades the EVP1, which is stopped out minus 725. This was around break even, plus 10. Tick reversal around plus 10. And then you had Zigzag, one winner on the short side, a loser on the long side, minus 230 today on Zigzag 2023. And then the ES tick wave, plus 500, tick count trend, plus 762.50. Nice trading. One winner, one winner, one winner, one loser, one winner. So 4 for 5. Taking advantage of this choppy market. And so a lot of times choppy markets are so random. We're trying to dial in strategies like this. Tick count trend, tick fader, captured a long trade, went our way. Tick count trend dynamic turnaround. This one went our way. It was up plus 425. This was up 375 per contract. Now the opening chops have struggled because the market hasn't chopped at the open. It's just kind of trended slowly one way or the other without much chop like we were seeing. And so we'll have to determine whether that's a short-term phase, if it's going to go back to its opening chop that it's been doing for a long time now. We'll see if that's actually changing on us, and then make that adjustment. Minus 550 on the day, and then opening chop 2 was plus 25. Tick chop was down minus 637.50. Mirror was up 675. That was a good mean reversion trade. Gap, continue and reverse was down minus 562.50. So more extended video showing both portfolios. As of tomorrow, we start trading stock index portfolio 31. Our results will reflect that. These are both essentially right at equity peaks, like I showed you. Live results today give us equity peaks in a 250K portfolio on the stock index 31. Down a little bit on the micros. And then in the stock index 23, if you were trading that today, you had a little bit extra gain, and then you can rotate into this, a portfolio that has a lower drawdown. And I've also tested what happens on FOMC week. should I trade the first 2 days before FOMC? On FOMC, if we don't trade on FOMC, our strategies are better. Our portfolio results are better. We find that in the portfolio calculator. What about the 2 days before FOMC? Going back to December 2020, Monday and Tuesday before FOMC, I've pulled in this data, and the results are plus 44, 382.50. And so even going back to December of last year, the results are positive, plus 9,500. The positive results going into the December the 14th meeting, positive results going into the January 2023 meeting, positive results going into the March meeting. And so overall, it's more positive to continue to trade it on Monday and Tuesday before FOMC. Historically, past performance is not indicative of future results, so it could still go through a losing streak prior to FOMC, and we could adjust that in the future and not trade the 2 days prior FOMC. We currently don't trade on FOMC, so we won't trade on Wednesday FOMC meeting, and we have Apple earnings also on Thursday, so should be an interesting week. Once again, these are the final trades on the day for the first trading day of May the 1st, 2023. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.